Kalyani, how
Hi,
are you doing?
hi, Arif. So, how are you doing? I'm doing great.
I'm good, good, good. So, how's
Uh, so uh,
life
yeah,
treating you,
so
and which part of the city and country are you in right now? Delhi.
I am currently in Delhi. Yeah,
Okay.
and life's treating me the same as everybody else in lockdown, I guess. It's been boring. Just waiting for a vaccine to get invented and so that we can move on with all our lives.
Yeah, I know. We are
Yeah,
all of us in the same boat, I guess.
yeah, I feel you there. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I will just quickly walk you through the Kimmel way of doing things. So
Right,
basically, we have a community of students who prepare these questions, and
right.
they have prepared a bunch of questions for you. So if you'd be so kind to answer them, we can get started.
Sure, let's go.
All right. So the first question that I have for you is, what is one film and role that if there were ever a remake of that film, you would absolutely love to portray that character and why?
There are many of them. I would love to do a Godfather. I would love to
Okay,
play.
wow.
I would love to play Marlon Brando, the original Godfather. I would love to play Pacino's part as well. I would love to do a lot of Mr. Bachchan's movies. One of my favorite, Shakti, if possible with him, playing the father, me playing the son. So there are many.
Your answers are like north and south. So is there any similarity between your movie choices? Because there is
I'm
Mr. Bachchan and then there is
Kalyani.
Pacino.
Kalyani.
Yeah,
I'm five people rolled into one. So, so
right,
it's one person taking the command, but there are five different people who doing or wanting to do five different things. So
right. All right. So moving on, what are some challenges
Naikan,
associated? Sorry.
I said Mr. Kamal Hassan's Naikan as well, which is actually the
Okay,
Godfather.
yeah, right. All right.
Sorry.
So what are
Yeah.
some challenges with playing a character based on mythology?
Um, See, there are no challenges different from any other genre as such.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say is that in terms of being slightly difficult, I would say that the gear that you have on yourself as an artist and the character that you're playing, that's a difficult part. Uh, just hang on, Ginger. That's my boy, Ginger. Sorry, my cat's trying to rip off something. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so in terms of the gear, when you have solid headgear, you have something, all over your body, your sword, everything. That makes it uh, much more difficult, and you have to, act as a, you know, it's like your day-to-day thing. The way I'm wearing my t-shirt or my cap, but it's not.
Right.
We
Yeah.
are not living in that era, and we're not from that era. And those people, they weighed 250 kgs and they lived for 500 years and they were 7 and 8 and 10 feet tall. So
Right.
all that put together, that's the only bit I think I personally feel would be the difficult part.
You also mentioned right just now that they are not from this era, obviously. So did you face any difficulties in memorizing the dialogue since they were probably in a very spoken in a very different way, in a very different, with a very different baritone or something? Did you face any difficulty with enunciating or memorizing those dialogues?
You'll be surprised to know this. I have not memorized a single word, forget a dialogue of Mahabharat prior to reaching set and facing the camera.
Wow, that is so impressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't do it because I wanted to impress anybody, the directors, producers, or makers, or myself. It
Mm-hmm.
was something which I felt that I had created the character Bhishma earlier, 6 to 8 months spent on how you walk, how you talk. 25-year-old boy, how he would speak, his speech pattern will be different from when he's aging. All that I had worked on different voice patterns, The voice
Right.
will change, the body will change, the face will change. And if you notice, 25-year-old Bhishma's body is of a young boy, and though the six pack, eight pack remains throughout till he's
Right.
200 plus. But as he's aging, I started losing weight. All that I had thought. But in terms of speech and dialogue, and the thing of you asking me that, mugging up the lines and blah blah, I never even read uh, a scene before reaching the set, and the idea was to shock myself. And the idea was not to be prepared with, okay, this is the way it is, and I'm gonna do it 10 times and 50 times and 20 times, and then I'm so prepared. So I wanted it to be impulsive at that point of time. How Bhishma would react, how he would act, how he would go through that particular moment in that scene. So, yeah, I would reach the set, and I would know the scene. I would ask what the scene is when I would be in my makeup room, and they would say, "This is what we're filming today," and I was like, "Okay, cool." I reach the set, and then I would ask for the dialogue, ask the assistant, that why don't you just speak it out? I would hear it. If the need be, I would go through it while they were fixing the lights and everything, and we would just go for a
Right.
take. So,
So was this approach specific to your portrayal of Beam, or was it, is it the
Bhishma.
same for all the characters you do?
Mostly Bhishma, mostly Mahabharata. Uh, this I think I did it for the first time. But even in other films that I do in Tamil or Hindi, or
Right.
other stuff that I do not really believe in uh, sort of doing it prior to me reaching the set, because I
Got it.
create the character in my head. I create or work upon the characters according to the need of the role, how the
Right.
body is. If I need to become big in size, or if I lose weight or whatever, I do that prior. But when I reach the set, that is more or less where I work and I perform, because until as is director's demand, or there is other actors, co-actors demand that we need to rehearse,
Right.
because I feel that you know whatever happens in the moment between action and cut, the magic is created there. So at
Right.
the most, I would go for a reading, with the co-actors and the director if they ask for it, so that everybody's sort of comfortable with what. But again, I would love to surprise everyone in the take. I might do something different, because
Right.
I feel the magic of acting is as simple as the way. Uh, I mean, I didn't know that I would react to my cat right now the way we're speaking, right?
Yeah.
But I did. So that happens when the take is on. So more or less, it's a similar approach for all rules.
Got it. Thank you for answering that. And my next question would be, when did you
Kalyani,
decide to
why am
become
I
a,
losing?
right?
I'm losing you. Um, you're
Oh,
not clear.
am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, but it's still shaky. But yeah, okay. When did I decide to
Okay.
become an actor?
Yeah, and was there any person or incident that was significant to your decision?
Well, it was a personal call. There was nobody else to influence me.
Right.
Um, I, I think the first time would be way back when I was a kid in school, probably in the fifth standard. Um, I recall doing my first skit for the annual school thing. Um, and then, yeah, so that's the first time, and I liked what I was doing. Um,
Right.
and from there on, whenever I used to watch, cinema, we used to go for movies. My parents used to take us for movies, and my mom was, fond of watching cinema. So we would, when I would see, the big screen and whatever was happening, I would be like, yeah, this is exciting. Maybe I should be doing this. And there was this familiarity, and there's this sense of, you know, belonging, I would say. And then from there on, it went on to, me trying to do whatever little I could do in, acting as in learning. Then I started doing theater. I did professional theater for many years, and that's how the journey began.
All right. So, is there any connection to your journey as an actor with your journey, of winning Mr. India, the Mr. India pageant? And what is it, according to you, that gave you an edge over all the other contestants at the pageant?
Uh, See, the thing is, I always believe that whatever you do, you have to work for it, you have to be prepared for it, you have to learn your craft.
Right.
So before I reached this city, Bombay, then Mumbai now, I, as I said earlier, I did theater for many years. I trained to be an actor, and thought was if I have to be an actor, I should know my craft.
Right.
I'm still learning. It's not that I got it all. I'm still learning every day. But the basics of acting and stage and movement and voice modulation and a lot of other things that you pick up from theater. So that was the idea. But when I reached here, I was told that I look like a model and I should model. And I was like, all right, if that's something which is the way to acting or it's similar because I have to shoot a portfolio, I have to have photographs, which as it is I need for my acting job, and this same
Right.
requirement. So I did that, and my first assignment was for Vimal Shirts, and then it went on, and I modeled for almost 10 years. So I did a whole lot of music videos and ad commercials with the biggest of names in business, Mr. Shekhar Kapoor, Mr. Prahlad, Mr. Shantanu Shori, all of them, Ken Ghosh, so many of them. And I'm truly grateful to all of them for having giving me an opportunity and so much of love and faith in me when I was, absolutely nobody from a small city like Jaipur. So yeah, and then to coming back to becoming Mr. India, so I was already a model. So I had the hang of what is required, how to walk on the ramp and all that.
Right.
And I was a trained actor, so all that put together helped me.
All right. That was really insightful. And having worked on, highly successful projects in both the television industry as well as the film industry, do you feel that television celebrities are not treated at par with film celebrities?
Yeah, of course they're not. It's fact.
There's been like a lot of debate regarding this whole issue, like that, they're not treated at par. So, what are your views on that? And why do you think that is?
You, you want me to say that they should be? Of course they should be.
Some maybe,
And
yeah.
and no, see the thing is, in fact, uh, uh, what happens is, first of all, my strong belief as a human being, as a person, is that every human being deserves the same respect.
Right, of course.
And I'm taking it beyond. I'm not just saying every human being, every living being, you know,
Hmm.
deserves the same love and respect. And I believe that if I am getting love and respect from everybody else, I should. Why should I not? So
Right.
irrespective of whether it's a cow or it's a dog or it's a cat or it's a horse or a human being, black or white or young or old or whichever part of the world or caste, it doesn't matter. Or profession for that matter, whether you're an actor, you're a model from television, I treat them with respect, everyone. When I reach the set, I would say hello to my spot boy, the the guy who opens the door for me at the main gate. Uh, I would exchange pleasantries, and if one has the time, one would go ahead and say, what's happening, क्या हो रहा है भाई जिंदगी में सब ठीक ठाक है घर पे क्या है, all that. And um, the same goes for the director and the boss, who's paying the bills.
Right.
So that's my take on how one lives life. But
Hmm.
having said that, that's not how the world operates, and the entire world is driven by power and money,
Right.
which is not just the case and scenario in television or cinema. It's all over the world. Whatever industry, whatever work that you do, whichever part of walk of life you're in, power and money. So
Right.
cinema is much more bigger, grander. There's money and power is obviously much bigger. So
Mm-hmm.
they hold the I, I guess more respect and power. But having
Right.
said that, Kalyani, the thing is that anybody who has the talent and who's hardworking and who's just pushing through, you'll always find your place. It can be difficult, yes. It will be very difficult, yes. You'll have to go through nightmares. You'll have to go through. I mean, I have literally had to push mountains multiple times, and I still am at it because I do not belong to a privileged family from cinema or television. I'm not even
Right.
from the city. So yeah, but then hello, nobody told me, and as you said, nobody inspired or said pushed me into it that you got to do this. It's my
Right.
call. So I have to, if I have to push harder than the rest, I would and
Mm-hmm.
I will, right? So I'm not the sort who complains, but yes, one has to have sympathy and empathy for everybody and respect for everyone, and that should be the case irrespective of whether you're doing television or cinema. But it's in so many cases, Irfan Khan, God bless his soul, such a great actor. We missed him. I
Right.
did one film with him, and I got to know him when we were filming together, and we discussed. He asked me, he was my senior from the same city, and we did theater at Ravind Manch in the same place, and we discussed, okay, so you work with this one, that one. And
Mm-hmm.
Irfan became an international phenomenon, from doing television.
Right.
Of course, the pain and suffering that he had to go through, and all of us, including me, we have to go through being outsiders. That Irfan probably had to do television and small bit roles for, I think, more than 10, 20 years or something, till he
Mm-hmm.
started getting work in cinema and look where he was at the peak. So
Right.
many of them, Shah Rukh started from, television from nowhere,
Right.
came to Bombay City. And so, yeah, I mean, but yes, we have to work really, really hard and we have to move mountains. And I'm still at it, moving them.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. Brings me to my next question. So, what is a typical day at set like for you?
Typical day at, sorry,
At set, when you're filming, what
on,
is a
on the
typical day
set.
like for you? Yeah.
Well, I reach, normally it's always mostly 9 o'clock shift. It's a 12-hour
Mm-hmm.
shift, 9 to 9, whether I'm doing
Wow.
television or cinema. Cinema is easier. Uh, you reach on the set quarter to 9, 8:30, 9, whatever, and get into your makeup trailer, and you sort of get ready with your makeup and everything. Uh, I probably have my coffee or tea. Uh, I don't eat there. And, I mean, I have my breakfast before I leave from home. Or if I'm filming abroad overseas, then I eat at the hotel and then leave. Once I'm there on the set, then yeah, that's it. And then the first thing I need to know is, and multiple times before entering my trailer, if I've reached early, then I go around meeting people, the set boys or the director or the cameraman, and chit chat
Mm-hmm.
and what are we doing today, and what are we filming and what the scene is, and then get ready and all that. So yeah, that's how the day goes. You do one scene after the other, and in television you do more work. It's a 12-hour shift. That means you are filming for 12 hours non-stop, one scene after the other. Cinema is
Right.
much easier. Cinema, you get a break. You chit-chatting, and you probably in some other actor's trailer, or we are outside. Like in case of, let's say, Houseful 3, it's got a huge
Mm-hmm.
cast. So we would all be playing games. Akshay is he's the most energetic, and he's always up to something. He doesn't want to sit quiet. So whether it's playing cricket on the set or doing this or that, or Mr. Baman Irani, he is into games, video games. So walk into his trailer
Right.
and he's always playing FIFA. So all that, and then you get a call, and then you go for it, and then you do your take, and then again, if there's a break, then you take a break, because cinema is lighting and the process takes a longer duration of time. Television is
Right.
much more fast paced because you have to deliver every day. So yeah, that's how it is.
So I've just gathered that the film industry is a very dynamic but volatile space. So how do you deal with it
In-
when, stuff does not go a certain way for you? Do you get into fitness, movies, binging shows, music? Was it your relief from all
My
the,
relief is my
yeah.
workout actually.
Okay.
That's something that I do non-stop, and I've been at it
Mm-hmm.
forever, and I will be at it forever, God willing, till I live. So uh, I I am at a high when I work out, and all that, any sort of anxiety of whether it's work related, life related, whatever it is, it just
Right.
goes away because you're sweating it out and you're screaming and yelling and you're pushing weights. So yeah, that's my focus, and that's my rhythm, I guess.
All right. So the next question is very highly requested. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done for you?
I wouldn't want to say most of them
All
live,
right.
but I would say a gentleman has engraved Vishnu's face on his forearm, and I think
Oh,
that was
wow.
really sweet of him. It was really amazing. This gentleman
You-
is from Ukraine, and he had this tattoo on his forearm here, and he sent it to me on Facebook, and he's like, "Look, I'm such a huge fan. I've got this." I'm like, "Dude, this is crazy, but I'm so grateful and thankful for
Yeah.
all the love that
You've
I
got
have
some
gotten."
passionate
And
fans.
yeah, and then there's this young girl, very recently, and this I'm talking about
Hmm.
a few years back, and this happened last month. So I was live, and when I go live, I try and take requests and I try and get people. And this lady, this young girl, she was like, "I'm a huge fan of yours, and I want to have a tattoo of your face." And I'm like, "I request you, please do not do that. It's painful. I'm grateful to you, and you loved
Right.
me and given me so much of respect that that's an honor, and But please don't go through that pain." So yeah, I mean that's something sweet.
All right. So, what is one myth about being an actor that you would like to bust once and for all?
That we have it easy.
Okay.
It's Trust me, believe me, I never knew this. I thought, listen, I'm a trained actor. I know my
Mm-hmm.
job. I am always on time. I'm the most hardworking. I'm 110% focused. I work really, really, really hard. But at the same time, I never knew, and I'm telling you now with experience, that it is the most difficult job, profession, industry to be part of. It is
Mm-hmm.
it's a never-ending process. You have to be at it, and you have to go through your ups and downs. The other industries, there comes a point when you worked hard for an X amount of time, and then it becomes easier. Uh, you know, uh, let's say if you're owner of a business or a shop or whatever, and then there comes a point when you can chill, you can take a holiday,
Right.
or I'm not feeling up to it today, so I'll tell my, manager or whoever, please take care. Even if I have a small little shop, you know,
Right.
अगर पान पान की दुकान भी है, what I'm saying,
Right.
तो
Yeah.
मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि भाई आज नहीं आऊँगा यार. But as an actor, excuse me, I cannot say that whether I have headache, I have pain, I have misery, whatever it is, I cannot say मैं आज नहीं कर सकता. I have to
Right.
not only be there, work every day, but I have to be at my best every day, because
Right.
you know uh, you can uh, take it easy in terms of performance if you're in an office or whatever, but as an actor, you are creating and performing every day. So, and then there is this somebody else who's better than you, or not better than you, but still more successful. All that, which happens in all walks of life. But here it is, it's unreal because it's right there in your face. So yeah, it is the
Hmm.
most difficult profession to be.
Okay, thank you for answering that. And the term director's actor is thrown around very casually in the online forums these days. So could you care to elaborate in that? What exactly does one person mean when they say that they're a director's actor?
Can I ask you something? Are you
Sure.
related to cinema, acting, or you passionate about it? Because you seem to know a lot.
I used to dabble in theater back then, but not
Ah,
anymore. No. Yeah.
okay. So, uh, director's actor.
Right.
See, the thing is, cinema is a director's medium. There is no two ways about it.
Right.
Having said that, uh, an actor is equally big, an actor is equally responsible for creating that scene or taking it beyond. Now, what happens is when uh, there's a difference between an actor and a superlative actor.
Mm-hmm.
A director will come with a script, whether he's written the script himself or he's got it written by somebody else. That's how the
Right.
process begins. And then the director casts the actor, and the actor is given this brief that, okay, this is the character, this is the role that you have to play, and this is what I have in my mind. This is how I see the character. The reason I'm casting you because I see the character in you. And that's how, any director casts an actor. That's the process.
Right.
But the actor's job is to hear him out, what he wants, and whatever is close to oneself, what's written on the script. Going back to what I was saying, difference between an actor and a superlative actor is an actor is going to deliver what the director says, but a superlative actor is going to go beyond the script and beyond what the director expects.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that he's going to defy the director or the script. He's going with that only, but probably he may surprise them and better that. So yeah,
All right. That was pretty perceptive. So thank you for answering that.
most
And my
welcome.
last question for you today would be, do you have any advice for aspiring actors waiting to step into the industry? Any tips, or anything?
I think I've already said or given all the info and the inside information on the industry and the know-how and the works, how it
Right.
works. Um, but having said that, prepare yourself before you enter, whether you want to be an actor, you want to be a model, you want to do television, cinema, whatever you want to do. Prepare yourself, learn your craft. You might be gifted, okay? Your family, your friends, everybody might say that, this guy or this girl, yeah, she looks like this person, this actor, she's good looking, beautiful, or this guy is good looking,
Right.
and you have the talent as well. But I would still insist and stress on learning your craft. So do theater, do whatever possible to learn the basics, get your act together. Once you've learned your craft, then venture into it. Just like any other profession, whether you're an engineer, doctor, whatever you want to be. So get your act together, learn your craft, work hard, and leave the rest to God. Because and always believe that and know this that this is not going to be easy. It's the most difficult profession in the world to be in. So good
Funnily
luck,
enough,
all the best.
we actually interviewed two other people who are in the acting space recently, and they gave the exact same advice you're giving right now. So I think it
Really?
runs true. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
most of
yeah.
the people, whether it's from the industry or outsiders, nobody really. It's very recent because of Sushant's phenomenon, what this is told,
Right.
that people sort of, have gotten this. knee-jerk reaction, and everybody's like, "Hey, what's happening there?" And but otherwise, people have never really spoken about it openly. How difficult it is because, uh, as you see, when you say that what's the perception about actors, and everybody feels
Mm-hmm.
that we have a glorious life and it's all hunky dory and we are all famous and we've got these big houses and cars and lavish lifestyle, but that's not the case because
Right.
only a chosen number of actors, directors, producers, which is probably not beyond this, will have all that. And
Mm-hmm.
rest of the industry, everybody is pushing every day, and even the people who are in this, they themselves do not know when they will go or they lose it. And so many superstars, the biggest of them, they have lost it, and the fame has been taken away from them, and they've gone through tough
Right.
times. So yeah, it is a fact.
So yeah, thank you so much, Arav sir, for being so candid with us today. And it was a lot of fun. And I'd just like to thank everybody who joined us today. And yes,
Thank you so much,
thank
Kalani. I had fun talking to you and all the viewers. My love to each and every one of you. Be safe. The lockdown is over in parts of the country, but that doesn't mean that this coronavirus is disappeared. No, it's very much here within us, with us. So please wear your mask, carry a sanitizer, wash your hands, be extremely safe. Try and maintain social distancing as much as possible away from people. And love you loads, all of you. God bless you.
all right then. Have a good day. Thank you so much for joining
You too.
us.
Enjoy yourself. Bye.
Bye.